Mauritanian is out in theaters now and is about the true story of Mohammed Ouz Salahi, who was incarcerated and imprisoned in Guantanamo Bay and subjected to various tortures by the US government. Two lawyers fight for his case to grant his freedom back to his home country. This is a movie that really interested me. Movies like this that where I always wonder if the story has to be told, and I definitely think that this is a story that has to be told. I think it's a very important story, especially with what is actually in this story. This movie actually answers some questions and provides examples for some of the US government ethics and policies. I like the idea that it just doesn't paint this guy, Mohamedou, out to be the main villain, because the whole thing is that oh, he was affiliated with Al-Qaeda. He was providing information for them for 9/11. He may have been providing information or aiding them in their planned New Year's Eve bombings in 1999. It's trying to get you to care about him while also showing you the flawed justice system within the US government and at Guantanamo Bay. For the most part, the performances are really good. The actor, I don't know his name off the top of my head, who does play Salahi is phenomenal. He's award-worthy, as you probably have heard. Jodie Foster is really good in this movie. This might be one of her best performances in a long time. Shailene Woodley is also in the movie, and she's fine. You know, she's not the strength of the movie, but I think that she gives a solid performance, enough to warrant her to be there. It's just the rest of the movie felt really flat for me. I liked how it dove into the ethics and the procedures and the laws of the US government and whether or not this was actually legal and whether or not what they were actually doing is ethical. Other than that aspect of the script, deep down, man, the dialogue is super cringy. It tampers off a little bit towards the second act and actually focuses up with the dialogue, but the first half of the movie, I was just like, what is going on with this dialogue? Like, I could not believe my eyes that of some of the words or phrases that I was hearing. I was like, this is like a political thriller. How did this make it into the script? Benedict Cumberbatch is also in this movie, and wow, that was bad, man. I love Benedict Cumberbatch as an actor. You could even say I'm a Cumberbitch for Cumberbatch. But man, I don't know what was up with that accent. It was very distracting. And to present flashbacks, the movie also switches its aspect ratio, and it was something that really annoyed me because it felt like I was no longer watching actors act in a movie. I still felt like I was watching a movie, but no longer the movie that I was watching. I felt like I had just switched to a documentary, like mid-film. It was weird because it felt like somebody was filming these interrogations of Salahi, but like Salahi and who was interrogating him like didn't know that they were being filmed. That's how it comes across in the movie. It feels like it switches to that documentary style. So it's like, oh yeah, they purposely put a cameraman in here, or these are actually actors reenacting this for the documentary. It's feeling like it's actual real life footage, and that was something that really bothered me. But I will say this. It got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm a borderline on the fence here. I was like, I'm very mixed on the movie right now. I'm on the fence as to whether or not I want to go straightforward mixed or slightly positive, you know? Then it just got to a sequence towards the end of the film that had my jaw dropped for how much this just messed with the entire movie and killed the entire thing. It was a torture scene that felt like a scene straight out of a really, really, really bad horror movie or a poorly edited music video. I have no idea how that ended up in the movie. I literally said to myself, this has got to be the most bizarre scene in a movie I have ever seen. It was crazy. I don't know how it ended up in the movie. It literally killed my stance on the movie because it was the most bizarre thing I have ever seen. Just all of a sudden, it feels like it comes out of nowhere. I get what they were trying to go for, but it just did not work. With that regard, with the flashbacks, which another thing with the flashbacks, when they change the aspect ratio, it's like they're changing it to tell you that this is a flashback. It's like, yeah, we know it's a flashback. We're not idiots. You don't have to change the aspect ratio. They change the aspect ratio because they think we're dumb. Like, they're treating us like we're dumb. That's something that just crossed my mind, and it was something I wanted to say, but I totally didn't mention it before, but now I'm glad I mentioned it because They definitely treat you as you're dumb like that. But with the flashbacks treating you like you're dumb and feeling very documentary style to that sequence, I was in complete shock as to how this movie was structured and edited, and to why the director or the writer thought that these were good scenes to include in the script and in the movie. Probably should have been left on the cutting room floor. Now, that really bizarre sequence should probably be in the movie, but make it more straightforward. Because if you read Salahi's book, apparently he got tortured a lot in Guantanamo Bay. So I could see why that would have to be in there. Don't go in a super stylistic direction like that. Just kill the entire thing. I'm gonna say you will enjoy the Mauritanian if you like stale popcorn. Speaking of popcorn, I had my first bucket of popcorn in almost a year at the movie theaters, and it was awesome. And AMC just loves to torture me because they gave me a popcorn bucket with this on it. And it has the original release date. Like I need any more reminders that I haven't seen the movie yet. Thanks, AMC. Really drove that nail further in there, didn't you? Just had to do it. That's my review of the Mauritanian. Have you seen it? Drop me some feedback in the comment section below. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.